Alright. And we are live just like that. Hopefully things go well. I think I've got my setup the way I need it. Get some people in here. And then we are going to get ourselves some shiny Magikarp today. I think that's... I don't know how... Like, I've been seeing a lot of crazy things. Some people are like, oh, I've been getting back-to-back shiny Magikarps. I did like 5 for the video. I didn't get any. Some people are kind of tossing out that it might be like an 8% encounter. Also, I don't have the correct glitch going on. See, people are like, oh yeah, I got mine first try. We all can't be that fortunate, shiny hunter low. So, there we go. What's the event? I did a video on it earlier today. Good thing that YouTube is not notifying people of my videos, but what's new? Good to know, good to know. And I think I want to try this to see like how the resetting goes. Like, once you get it, if you keep resetting until you actually see the shiny. It's like, we see that Magikarp, now we save, and now we soft reset it if it isn't shiny. And that'd be pretty sick if I start off the stream with shiny Pokemon. I'd like it. Are you doing Magikarp by skip method? I guess that's what people are referring this to as. I'm just skipping until the Magikarp turns shiny. Found a shiny Magikarp on first try. Well, we have like thousands and thousands of people doing this, so that's just going to happen on odds. Hey! Unlucky! So that's now that means we have to completely close it out, go back in, go to the time skip, yada yada, stuff like that. I just want to kind of grab a lot of these guys because it's kind of cool to have shiny Pokemon on demand like this. And the interesting thing is, since it's server side, we can't really like manipulate it. This is the only chance we've got. And then there's gonna be a couple people that I guess never connect to the internet again. And then they can get as many as they want. So it is gonna be a limited supply, and I can't wait to see what Game Freak does next. Especially with all the other events going on. Like the Butterfree and Snorlax event are going to be expiring soon. So we'll see how that happens. Alright. I don't even think saving matters. No, yeah. I don't know how the event raids work, like if it's the same 3 Pokemon, but it would be same 3 species, or like the same 3 encounters, but not the shininess, because we don't really know how the shininess works for specific events like this. I'm just saving out of habit because it seems like the smart way to do it. But this game could be whack. However, it would be really cool if we started off the stream with a shiny magic. Damn it. Never lucky. So yeah, I find it, like, if there is going to be a shiny Pokemon that everyone gets access to, it might as well be the Magikarp, because Red Gyarados is just, like, the everyone shiny. That is baby's first shiny Pokemon right there. I think that's actually, yeah, it's like, this is my first shiny Pokemon. I didn't chance into one randomly in gold or silver version. And then, I don't think I got any shinies in Gen 3. Gen 4 was my first shiny that wasn't, like, scripted with a shiny Wurmple. And then I found a wow, I'm not thinking about it. I was like, I think Generation 4 might have been my luckiest. Because that was back when it was full odds. I didn't have a shiny charm. 1 in 8,000. And I stumbled into... Okay, now we can just do the regular resetting. This is why I want to save. Because if it just kind of keeps throwing us different Pokemon, it'd be good to save, like... instead of having to go through all this again, you know, after we do a reset for it. But I got a random shiny Haunter, and then when I traded it to Heart Gold Soul Silver, I forgot to put Everstone, so I lost my awesome looking shiny Haunter for shiny Gengar. I got the shiny Haunter in the where you get Giratina and whatchamacallit version, Pearl. Gen 3 was Oddish, sister deleted save file. I feel like you've shared that before. That sounds like a very similar thing. Either that or siblings deleting save files back in those days was also a very common occurrence. You have to save. Well, that's why I was saving it after I got the Magikarp. So I think that's good. Good, we're getting reaffirmation. I don't think that's English. But the cool thing about this is that you don't have to reset for any stars. Like for Delibird, you had to reset for 5 stars or else it wasn't worth it. And also it helps getting a Gigantamax 5-star Pokemon for the IVs, so you don't have to do anything else besides mint. Unlucky. Yeah, and then when all these events go away, like, that'd be sick if they just had, like, one event happening, you know? Whatever the next one is. I want a 5 IV guaranteed Ditto. Just stop with all this hacking nonsense. Give everyone a 6 IV Ditto. They're either going to get a cheated one and think it's legit, spend an insane amount of time getting it for themselves, or you just give it to them. Because Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon had like special IV Dittos for the story. You're getting like 0 IVs and stuff, so it was useful. Happy New Year? Yeah, it is New Year's. Getting there. And there's already some people living in 2020. Got it on the second try. I think this is like 8th for me. Never lucky. I am just straight never lucky. Okay. I'm just like thinking about all these things. You know, I did the Verlisify friendly, hosted a tournament for everyone, and then I got like crit, and I had shenanigans happen even then. Some people said that their strategy is just sniping other people Magikarp dens. I'd imagine there's a lot of that going on, but if someone resets the den to get the shiny, while online, you're just going to be joining empty lobbies and not getting a shiny. If you're not as unlucky as me, it might be faster to just get the Magikarp straight up. Sweet. I'm like thinking, if I try not saving, I'm just going to chance it. I'm going to say, like, this is our shiny, guys. We got it this time. Finally going to get a shiny Magikarp. Excellent job, Game Freak. Like, I know it's, like, common enough, but whenever Game Freak does, like, a shiny event or something like this, I could see it going both ways. You know, like, a more common shiny Magikarp could be as high as a 1% chance, or as low as, like, a 50%. Nah, not 50%. I think they do, like, a 20%. I could see, like, a 1 in 5, but also a 1 in 100. That's fair, too. Shiny raids happening earlier was pretty cool. I just don't like how you have to exchange a friend code to be able to, like, share the raid like that. I don't think it's worth it when we have more accessible shiny Pokemon in special raids like this. 6 IV Ditto? Hell yeah. Shiny Gigantamax Pokemon? Heck yeah. Magikarp shiny event? Could go without. I'm not saving because I also want to test how the den rolling works, because it does determine the shiny Pokemon when you seed it like that, and then I'm doing the save, so we're guaranteeing, I think, that it's going to be a Magikarp every time. Whether or not shiny, I don't know. Getting 2 shinies in a row. Okay. Cool story. Wish my story would be that cool. And the cool thing is, while we're doing this, we are getting more wishing pieces, so we can get that. But I saw someone's like, oh yeah, the first Magikarp I got was shiny, and then it took me another hour. Michael, the data miner and the hacker PK Hex guy, said that he was going to try to figure out the numbers behind the shininess. Go do it one more time without saving to see if, like, there's any kind of, you know, shininess we can go for. So I think the 3-set Pokemon rule still applies. But as for the shiny forcing, I don't know if that's RNG, event, or scripted or whatever. Can you manipulate the den using the 4-day thing? Well, I don't think that the 4-day thing should apply because this is a forced event. Because if the 4-day thing applied, then that means we'd have Magikarp odds for shiny Gigantamax Snorlax. And I don't think Game Freak would screw up that hard. It might come out that they screwed up that hard, but I'm not going to put in the work because this is one of the most annoying. Like, den resetting is the most annoying thing I've, like, ever heard of in Pokemon. Alright, so I'm going to save now. Because I'm going to be redoing it. You're the best Pokemon YouTuber? Thanks for the kind words, Diamond. Fact, though. Because what tells me, you know, it's different is that we have different trainers with us. So I'm wondering if that means it's a different Magikarp. Did anyone else notice that if they're doing Din RNG or like Raid RNG, that the trainers change, or if they don't? Because if they don't, then that would show that the trainers are tied to the max raid battle. But if not, that's a thing. Press R to save faster. No, my finger shenanigans are not like on board with that, because I accidentally press R to look at my Pokemon box and it messes me up too much. You know, like, I'll be over here, and then I'll press R, and then I accidentally go to save when I don't want to, instead of hitting Pokemon and then going to my boxes. So, I've stopped doing the, pressing R to save instantly. I know it's faster, but I screwed up too much. I can't bring back that bad habit. Also, thank you, Carl Anthony, for your donation. Happy New Year's. Good luck on the shiny. You gotta know me by now, man. You cannot wish me luck. I don't exist in luck. Well, at least when it comes to Pokemon. I consider myself fortunate because I get to play Pokemon for a living. That's dope. But the drawback is I am the unluckiest Pokemon player. Woo, that's fancy. Spicy Magikarp. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Can we get a 5-star shiny? That would be cool. That would be cool. Have you reset the raid? I have a lot of videos on it. I'm doing it now. It's just like a thing that's been going on for a while. This Pokemon Sword and Shield is whack. I tried to reset the raid in today's video even. Okay, so time skip. I'm like trying to figure out where we stand right now. It's like, okay, I'm doing things, trying to do things, trying to set up things, time skip. What do I do when I'm not streaming? Play League of Legends, RuneScape, Minecraft, or Pokemon. Either like researching a video, setting up a video, moveset theory crafting. 5-star, good. So yeah, like the Din RNG kind of works, but I really want like a shiny Magikarp just kind of prove the theory right now. But I don't think we get to prove the theory. Alright, so next time I'm going to save. Can't live without it being in sync. I mean, it doesn't really take anything to change the date back. You know, you just go back in the past by like a year, and then you resync the clock while doing your last time skip. It doesn't really take any much time, and it does make you feel a little better about it. I will agree. It's like, okay, now we're all cut up. Now my clock isn't screwed over. I'm going to reset over my first shiny Magikarp because I'm just so jaded and not paying attention. Alright, so I want to save this one this time. So like I said, I know that's the... Like, I'm just kind of like, as I progress, I just want to do a double check just in case. Because if this is shiny, then that means you don't have to save after every one. But if it isn't, then it kind of shows that you do have to save after every one. We're still trying to figure things out. But it is different trainers, which is weird. But it is just Magikarp, so... $12 in 3 hours. That's some pretty good stuff on a Magikarp. Alright, so now we just keep going. Okay. There's like a lot of little weird steps inside of this. It's not difficult, it's just easy to kind of like mess up and then accidentally not do a thing, so I have to slow down every once in a while. Just make sure I'm not getting ahead of myself. Good, straight into another Magikarp. I'm gonna save, because it looks like not saving doesn't work. That shininess about the Magikarp might already be determined, which means the RNG in this game is even weirder than we thought. I like this from like a shiny hunting standpoint. It's like, ooh, big reveal. Dicks. I wish that, like, you know what doesn't make sense to me? It doesn't make sense to me that dens do not have an enhanced shiny odds. Like, it should be 1 in 400, 1 in 500. That's a nice even number that sounds good. Even 1 in 200. That's the odds that Let's Go Pokemon spawn in the wild, and you can have 20 Pokemon spawn at a time for 1 in 200 chance of being shiny. But no, full odds for dens. And that's implying, like, that's also with the understanding that Game Freak wasn't expecting time skipping to kind of break everything. So, it's still full odds, it's nearly impossible to get a shiny max raid Pokemon, and that's with time skip shenanigans. So, they made it brutal. And then, like, SOS, Warp Ride is a weird one. Warp Ride has 20% shiny odds. If you do, like, a full ride, I think it's a 1 in 5 chance you get a shiny. So they were very generous on the shiny Pokemon back in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and now we have the new gimmick, similar to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, for spawning certain Pokemon, and it's full odds. So it'd be like, if it was like even a 1% chance to be like, ooh, did I finally get the shiny? Did I finally get the shiny? Oh, shit, we got the shiny. I meant that in a rhetorical non-Magikarp way. Ooh, is the Ultra Shiny the rare one or not? I think I've seen more Ultra Shinies. Oh, Christ. Why does that one have 6? I know it's a 5-star, but I guess we get rolled. But imagine if that was every, you know, I want more shiny events. I want to see IV events. I love that it's not just Gigantamax Pokemon, but in all actuality, the next one's probably going to be a Gigantamax Pokemon. Either Toxtricity, or they're going to be saving Toxtricity for a special event, or any of the other ones, you know, Alcremie, Hatterene, Garbodor, Lapras. And then they'll be, like, usable in VGC or the next season or something. But, I mean, how cool would it be if you knew that, like, every time you did a max raid battle, there's, like, a 1 in 250 chance that a shiny Pokemon could appear? Every reveal is epic. But now when you just do, like, max raid farming, you know it's not going to be shiny. So it's kind of neat with the event, but it's only always going to be a Magikarp. Like, that'd be sick if they made it for, like, 2 weeks or, like, 1 week even, where there's just a flat, you know, higher chance of getting shinies. Like, a flat 1 in 100, 1 in 200. A rhetorical non-Magikarp way. I tried to make it funny. I hope you appreciated it. Magikarp is still free, though, so I like it. The 6 shields. That's just a meme. It seems like it's better to have Eternatus, unless this KOs Magikarp. Nope. I think it's better to have Eternatus, but my Eternatus is battle boxed for stuff. We don't have full odds of catching it, so repeat ball's a safe bet. I think out of like the millions and millions of date resetting that has happened, if it did anything bad to your game, we would have found out about it by now, but it looks like there are no consequences to resetting inside of a save or date switching. Also, thank you again, Carl Anthony, another donation. Woohoo, Verlisify and Shiny Luck are now fused. Smells like really good upcoming year. Sorry, I won't jinx it. I'm not going to get my hopes up just yet. We were either on odds or below. Like, being below odds for an almost guaranteed shiny event does not sound like a good way of starting the new year. Or I don't think it's a good omen. It's aight. I need a shiny box. I haven't even gotten a single shiny Pokemon. So we don't even have a shiny box. And then Ditto box, Synchro Summon, eggs. Box 19. I am out of boxes. We need Pokemon Home badly. I guess I can put it in the Pokerus box. Pokerus was here because, like, early on, it was kind of hard to spread, and I just had a couple. Also, it's good to just have Pokerus if I accidentally... But you don't need Poker if they patch time skipping. So with time skipping, you don't need it. If they patch it, will be whatever. And then here's the random Magikarp I caught that just got nothing. This is bad. This is really bad. They need a mass delete feed. They need a lot of things, guys. But this kind of shows how cool Pokemon Sword and Shield is. I'm just catching Pokemon and enjoying the game. So at least, you know, at least the game is fun enough and has the replayability to create box issues. Joe! I found interesting Pokemon odds for you. Go on. Also, thank you very much for your donation. I don't deserve money, it's awesome, you want to give it to me anyways. Okay, so we could save. We should save. But what we could also do is, I know this isn't the event, but I just want to like kind of go for that Gigantamax. I think I have Flapple. So going for Gigantamax Flapple. Just going to give it one. You don't get the purple beam too often, so might as well go for it, you know? I didn't check the ability, did I? I didn't care about Clutch HA. It needs speed, so I don't think it matters. And with this event, you know, it's just like getting the shiny is getting a shiny. Intimidate Gyarados is still viable. Whoop. That was a lot of resets for shiny Magikarp that we just straight up didn't get. I cranked up the saturation to try to make, like, because that was like a trick for other generation Pokemon games. Like on the 3DS, if you cranked up the saturation, the game looks better. I don't think that works for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I feel like I have a subtle eyesore thing going on right now. Not in a bad way, but like the game feels too vibrant. So here's what happens when we crank up saturation just inside of it. And here's going back to, wow, the game looks so dead and flat. And that's neutral. So here's where I had it. Here's neutral. I think the neutral actually looks better. Okay, OT Greninja's just a troll. It feels like I'm having less common Gigantamax or like special dens appearing though. When the Snorlax event came out, I was getting like every 3 or 4. Now it's like every 6 or so. But we can say, like, we can actually reset it and progress like that for the Magikarp. So that's kind of neat. I think what we need to find out is like if we can change the shiny into another den. If that happens with this event, then it's just broken. Yeah, this is still unlucky. Nope. How many I got so far? 1. Because I am unlucky. Unless we get the back-to-back. Back-to-back's cool. So we get 1 in 20 minutes. These purple beams aren't helping, though. Snorlax event is not over. Oh my god, back-to-back. In any other raid situation, back-to-back purple beams is God. But no. Just means I'm not getting what I'm looking for. Actually, we're going to be out of watts here pretty soon. Yep, and we're out of watts. So. Be nice if there was a den nearby. But we're kind of effed. So, yeah. Now we get to reset a worthless den. 10! And I didn't even get the event. Something's wild. Unlucky. I'm going to do one more. Oh, sweet. Yeah, so yeah, then we do the date progression, things happen. This could just straight up be a den. Event den? Sick. Saving in front of it doesn't do anything because it's a natural spawn den, so I can't time skip it. Actually, saving... I don't know. So I just kind of lose a little bit of work. I guess we just beat it and get the candy. I don't know, I should have saved in front of it before doing stuff. Like, oh wait, I didn't think about it from the other implication. Wait, the shiny is actually that much harder? So they make the shiny like twice as hard for the Magikarp. Interesting. Obviously, I clicked on Wild Area News because I just caught a shiny Magikarp. I just got unlucky. Yeah, but getting nuggets isn't super money farming when you just get more money from Watts or anything else, really. I value the experience candies more. Because I think it's better to just have like a massive stock of experience candies. Because doing the Poke jobs to get your Pokemon level 100 is really annoying and not really that practical. Unless you've gone 30 competitive Pokemon, kind of. Joe, with a fancy donation. Thank you very much for $5. I don't say your money, it's also going to give it to me anyways. Odds of finding a shiny Pokemon, 1 in 4,000. Odds of top decking Exodia, 1 in 658,000. Finding a random 6IV Pokemon in the wild, 1 in 1 billion. Yeah, the 1 in 1 billion number comes from Wolf Glick and his hack team. Once again, people, I don't understand why people, like, follow that fraud. It doesn't make sense to me. I might as well catch this as well, because it could be a hidden ability and I can use that for breeding later. Like, Wolf Glick had that event Raichu, and the event Raichu had 0 guaranteed IVs. So to have a perfect 6 IV event Raichu, 1 in a billion, on top of a two perfect legendary Pokemon, which are 1 in millions. Wolf Glick's just a hacker, yo. And he got caught hacking too. I don't understand how anyone treats that guy seriously. Oh well. Pokemon has, like, we all know that Pokemon's been screwed for a while. I think I've busted most, if not all, of the world champions for hacking. I think 2019 was Paul Ruiz. I think that was his name, right? Ruiz was a cheater. There's also a few others. Did I miss on 2017 or 2018? It was just like everyone else was cheating, so it was very likely that he cheated too. There's a luxury ball guy. I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, he also, Wolfie, like, just took the eject button strat, claimed it his own after stealing it from my Discord. Unlucky. I don't care about the rattle hidden ability. Like, I'm just going to snag a Magikarp if I can. Especially like shiny. It's like, I'd rather have the shiny than the rattled. So I'm just going to be going for shinies, not shiny rattled. You have to be some kind of sociopath to reset over a shiny Magikarp just because it isn't rattled. I don't want to do den resets. I just want to, like, go around and grab some lots because we got unlucky. Check out the bright, vibrant, wild area. Hopefully, competitive will get better because team building is easier. I mean, like, hacking never changes. And making it to where it's like you compete less with hackers, I don't think that makes things necessarily better, but it could mean something. We have to see what the online competitions do. If online competitions give a reasonable amount of championship points and you can actually qualify for Worlds... Oh, I didn't want to do that. If you can actually qualify for Worlds through online competitions, that makes things a bit more interesting. I don't think there's another den around. I guess I actually could use that one to time skip really quick and then just try to force reset something else for fun. Just to make it a little more easy. 2 shinies at Giant's Cap. Well, it doesn't matter where. I have the best location for getting fast den resets. Just can't be unlucky. Well, you're a sociopath then? Confirmed. That's some pretty mad lad. Just mad lad. Eh. Oh, what? We just got torpedoed. Alright. Trying to like scan the comments for like some kind of discussion going on. There really isn't much. Alright, I guess I'm gonna use this wishing piece. If we don't get anything, once again, unlucky. 2 Lure Ball shinies. Worth it. You people are insane. Like, I'm the competitive player. I'm like, it's so suboptimal and just like all that work for what? That'd be really nice if that was a Magikarp over there. Do you know how long? Yeah, it ends January 4th. Master Ball, shiny hidden ability Magikarp. I mean, you can. I mean, this is the den I set up. Yeah. Man, a 5-star Dynamax. That's probably got goods. Come on, game. Rip. We could do the rated battle resetting and then farm up a lot of watts, but can't plan for unlucky. So we'll just do this a few more times. Want to get back on that Magikarp grind, but fortunately, once you find the den once, you're good to go. And then you can just kind of keep resetting it until the Magikarp happens. Right, I'm already out, so I needed to go back to this den and do the time reset. I haven't had a hard time hatching 6 IV Pokemon. I think I've hatched like 4 6 IVs. It's weird. Phalanx is one of my favorite HN Pokemon. I despise its design. And I thought it was going to be a lot better than it ended up being. It just seems so broken, and then like Dynamax or getting walled out happens. You're also pretty frail. Like, I can respect Game Freak for making a Pokemon that +1s everything like that, but they were just a little behind on the stats. We need to save. Ten 5 IVs, no 6 IV. Getting 5 IVs isn't ridiculous once you get a Ditto or breeding set up, especially with Eevee. Rip. Yeah, I've only gotten one. Took about 20 minutes, but now we're back on the hunt, so hopefully this shouldn't take another 20 minutes. Good. So now we invite others. Two encounters in the wild for Shiny Beware. One of the weirder shinies I got was a shiny Vanillite in Pokemon X and Y when I was special attack EV training in Hordes. Happens. There we go. Don't invite others. I just like doing that. So. Hidden ability is Rattled, which then becomes Moxie, which is pretty strong. Especially when you Dynamax, Airstream, and then you get a free Dragon Dance while KOing opponents. Happens. This isn't even a fun shiny hunt. This has just turned out to be frustrating. So, invite others, do the thing. GG easy. Is Adamant a good nature? It's... Natures on Gyarados are weird because you can do so many different things with it. Like, you see Timid... Or not timid. You see Jolly just kind of like slapping people around because it's just strong. You know, Gyarados can work as a tank. Like, you Citrus Berry with some health Like, you go Adamant, HP, attack invested with, like, a Citrus Berry, and then that Gyarados just doesn't die, and it does insane amounts of damage. Or you go Jolly Nature, you get your +1, you're faster than Togekiss, and you just win the game. Depends on how you run your Gyarados, but, like, there is a frailty inside of a Jolly speed attack Gyarados that we haven't really felt on Gyarados before, so it is kind of weird like that, you know? It's just, if you get that Moxie inside of your Dynamax, you don't win the game off that, because, like, Gyarados has Dragon Dance in the past before and not swept. So, getting an Airstream KO into a Moxie while Dynamax has some weird things happening, but... Ran into Assault Vest Gyarados, it was annoying, and it had Power Whip and Earthquake. See? That's what I mean, like, you can still see those fancy Gyarados. You don't one-shot an electric move, and then you get blown up by an Earthquake? Bless that Gyarados, dude. What are the odds of hidden ability? I don't think we really know hidden ability odds. I think it changes by Pokemon. Like, some Pokemon seem to have more common hidden abilities than others. Good to know the game's just not handing me shinies. Like, I guess, you know, having unlimited shiny Magikarp for a couple days is kind of neat. But this isn't, like, super exciting of a shiny hunt. If this, like I said, if any other Pokemon could appear, or if maybe it was a couple of others instead of just Magikarp, it's kind of cool. But just me not getting shiny Magikarp, which is expected because shinies are rare, it just kind of, it's just, this whole thing feels weird, you know? Feels like a 1 in 4 chance for you to get hidden ability raids. Yeah, but weren't people talking about how it took like hours to get the... It took like over a day to get Psychic Terrain in DD. Where's the luck at? You must be new to the channel. I don't have luck. As I say this and we get a shiny Magikarp? See, guys, I don't have luck. 0 luck, confirm. That's because Rox was at the wrong den? Oh. Cool. Good for him. It took hours, almost a day, for me to get HA Hatterene. That is also really silly that, like, Game Freak played games with which dens can have an hidden ability. And then some dens are just, like, straight ability locked for no reason. It should have just been, like, every Dynamax Pokemon has a chance. Or at least every, like, 3-star. Because then that means in the post-game, you know. And then we would have Dynamax, or not Dynamax, we'd have hidden ability Clefable and Swoobat. By the way, Pimp Knight still confirmed as a hacker used an illegal Swoobat for one of his videos because he doesn't understand anything about legitimate Pokemon, and if you support him on Patreon, you're an idiot because now you're just going to be paying money for hacked Pokemon. It's weird. So much just disgusting behavior in the Pokemon community. You know, if he was open about it, I would still be upset because I still go after people for openly hacking their Pokemon, but it's not as bad as lying. Pimp Knight's just straight lying about cheating his or not cheating his Pokemon when he's been confirmed and caught to cheat his Pokemon many times. Finding a 5-star, 5% Pokemon takes up to 2 hours just to find it. Yeah. And then you have to chance that HA. I feel like Corsola's a god. Gonna wait till Pokemon Home? Pokemon Home is gonna spice things up, because, like, the Let's Go shiny hunting will live. If you're going for any... Also, we're gonna see how hidden abilities transfer from Pokemon Home, from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. The ability rolling is something I'm very interested in. My favorite counter to Mimikyu? Corviknight. Whoop. Whoop, what? There we go. Bring it in. Iron Defense. GG. The Magikarp? Another not shiny. I need to be talking about other things. Like, hey, remember how in Pokemon Gold and Silver version you have a 1 in 64 chance of hatching a shiny Pokemon? Isn't that cool? If only we were talking about getting the 1 in 64 hatching a shiny Pokemon. Dude, I need to bust out my 3DS and then go for those Pokemon again. I think that'd be really neat. Damn, can't reverse psychology 1s and 0s. Rip. I had fun doing that. We grabbed 2 Cyndaquil and a Dunsparce. Yee, that was fun. Did I ever transfer the Cyndaquil and Dunsparce out of my Gold and Crystal, or my Silver version from Virtual Console? Are they in my Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? I don't remember. I know my Porygon 2 is. I got that shiny Porygon 2 after like 30 hours. I am the first person that got a shiny Porygon in the, by resetting Gen 1. I got a shiny Porygon in Gen 1. I'm the first documented person to do it. That was freaking cool. That took a long time. So yeah, like, I want to play Virtual Console, but I hate the capture card shenanigans on the 3DS. Like, recording video from a 3DS is just not fun compared to Nintendo Switch. I have it set up. I just find it annoying and unnecessarily tedious. Especially because I have a 5-year-old capture board on a launch day 3DS. So it feels sketchy. My 3DS is just crumbling to dust. Is the shiny a 100% catch rate? I don't know. Maybe someone in chat can say they've lost it, but it seems like a lot of people have been getting theirs. Not 100%. Alright. Question answered. Through experience. Rip. Wish Pokemon stopped getting desperate. It makes max raid battles unfun and just like not challenging. Like that's just an artificial challenge that is just unenjoyable from a game design standpoint. It's like, look, I win. Can you just not drag this one out anymore? Thanks. I'm trying to think of something really stupid to RNG manipulate other shiny dens. Like, okay, so I didn't save. Let's say that this is a shiny Magikarp. I know that it resets the den whenever you throw in a wishing piece, and that determines when the shiny Pokemon's going to appear. In theory, what if this was a shiny Magikarp? And then I reset the shiny Magikarp, and then I throw on the wishing piece again. Would it be a shiny Magikarp? Like, I want to reset away a shiny Magikarp just to kind of see if I can get a shiny Magikarp again. Nope. But by not saving, we actually lose 2 resets right there, so... Who said it's an 8% shiny chance? Because I've seen that number floated around, but I haven't seen any of the data miners say that. Estimated by Joe Merrick. So Sarah B, once again, not with the facts, just kind of anecdote. Because if the data miners don't have the number, then he doesn't have the number. Michael, Cyrus M said he was going to look into the RNG behind it. Catch rates are all over the place in this game. Yeah, they are kind of whack. Because the Gigantamax have very low catch rate. The regular Pokemon have a 100% catch rate if you host it for yourself. And the events are somewhere in between. So now we need to reset twice, once again. So like I said, like if I like the Magikarp doesn't really mean as much to me as figuring out how the game works. So that was the last Magikarp we saw. So now we save, we do another one. Is the Square Shiny Raid rare or no? I don't remember. I not even remember. I don't even know. I've been seeing a lot of Square Shinies. So I think it's the common one. Love my videos. Thank you very much, Mary. Not even... Yeah. I want to check this, because how funny would it be if this is a shiny because I, like, broke it by soft reset timing? Most likely not, but I have to check just for my own sanity. Star Shiny is common in egg. Yeah, but I don't know about the max raid. Okay, good. We didn't get any Bowser weirdness going on. It is an 8%. Good job, Cerebi. Giving us the inaccurate reporting once again. Cerebi actually has it wrong on the website right now. If you look at the event shinies going on, it says that the Butterfree event ended in December. It didn't. It's still going on right now. Overlaps with the Snorlax event. Square Shiny is rare only due to wild encounter rates. That doesn't help answer my question. Damn it. These Manectric just keep coming out. Or not Manectric, Electric. Whoop, too far. Make a full team of shiny Gyarados. That's definitely possible. They're not going to have good IVs or EVs, or not EVs, good IVs or natures, but hey, you can do it. Star Shine's common in eggs, Square's common in all other methods. Okay. I was looking for an answer specifically about max raid battles, but I guess that's the answer. Yeah, and there's our Dreadnought again. So it looks like that's the same. I don't know what forces the shiny then. Because we already know that shiny RNG is a thing in Dens. We don't know what forces it for the Magikarp. So that's going to be very interesting. When Michael gets on that, that's definitely going to be a fun video. All of your raid shinies have been star. Good. Now we have more conflicting anecdotal evidence. I love it. My answer would probably be like 4 paragraphs. You could have just said your answer, Square, more common, raid. Sick. So that's a square, so that helps right there. Back-to-back squares. What star was this Magikarp? I was not paying attention. I guess it's 4-star if it does 3 shield like that. You got 12 shiny Magikarp there, a square. Cool. Second shiny Magikarp. And it only took 50 minutes, so... Yeah, this is, like... I don't know how to feel, because... I just don't know how to feel. Like, Pokemon Let's Go, you can get, like, multiple shiny Pokemon in an hour. This is, like, the shiny event. Wow, we, like, one-shot that thing. It's a 3-star. So the shiny Magikarp does have extra shields. Like a 3-star Magikarp is just 1 shield. So a 3-star shiny Magikarp is 3 shields. Fancy. And we just insta-caught it. Synchronize does not work on raids. Oh, it is base catch rate for this event, isn't it? I thought it was like the hybrid catch rate or something. But base catch rate means that, yeah, Magikarp is pretty easy. But it's not foolproof. Okay, I was about to say, like, that more and it's just Swift Swim. And then that's the regular 5-star raid. Whoa! Swift Swim. Damn! I'd say we would have just gotten like a straight up competitive. No, wait. I didn't pay attention to nature. Like, IV wise, it's competitive, but not really. So. Special attack Gyarados? Hurricane Hydro Pump, OP? We didn't even see if the first one was rattled. Alright. Hey! Okay then. Noted. I don't think we have any more wishing pieces left. Oh. That's nice. Thank you, game. Yeah, okay. We had one more left. Because, like, weird stuff happened. This is just in the way. So that'd be pretty sick if this was a Magikarp. Nope. I'm just going to check this one. So now that we're on, like, now we're in a shiny hunting mode, we might as well make sure that they're not all shiny, you know? So that would have been pretty silly if, like, we just got the 5-star shiny Snorlax popping off like that. And I don't have any way of, like, checking its ability, so. We're going to reset anyways, yeah. I don't care if it's rattled or not. We just ended up with one. Because like I said, you have to be a sociopath to pass up a shiny Magikarp just because it isn't rattled. So we're just catching every shiny Magikarp. We don't need Intimidate. I think that's getting over serious about the mechanics inside of this game, you know? How many did I get so far? Dose. Purple Beam. Hi, Delibird. Your event ended a couple days ago. No one wants you anymore. I think you can just post in random chemist. That's where we have, like, images sharing. We're going to get massively unlucky again, though. Feels good. All these events make me regret spending like 300,000 watts on the Digging Duo. Actually, no, wait, never mind, because Digging Duo gives you the same amount of wishing pieces. I think I've just wasted a lot of watts for like videos and experimenting. Like with the thing. Actually, I don't need to save because we are throwing wishing piece and all resaves. Like with the raid resetting, when I was trying to figure out if it was worth it or not, I spent a lot of watts figuring it out, and it's just garbage. Just absolute trash method. Back to back. This event is whack, yo. Also, there was a guy that was like in chat, like, it has to be 5-star. Nah, doesn't. Whoever told you that is wrong. And I wouldn't be surprised because Pokemon can be full of misinformation. Well, I can confirm the reports, the anecdotal reports of people saying, I got back-to-back shiny Magikarp. I got my first one. Things are whack, yo. I prefer a not 5-star Magikarp, because then it's easier to KO. Like, if anything, you see the 5-star Magikarp, you just, nah, not worth it. Even though by the time you get an extra shiny, it'd take longer anyways, but sentiment is there. Giga Impact should get rid of 2. Like, they should just make it to where the shields break easier. Crit breaks shield, super effective hit breaks an extra shield. Giga Impact or like incredibly strong. They should be based off of damage. And that's what I thought. When I saw the E3 demo, I thought it was based off damage. That if you do more damage, you break more shield. That would have been cool. But no. Is this how you go for the ball style? I'm using Great Ball. It's blue, which means water type Pokemon. And if Final Rush didn't get an aneurysm from that, we might actually have some good banter. 1 hour 45 minutes for New Year's? Pff, it's 2 p.m. Still got most of the day. I DoorDashed some Taco Bell, and I am just in a good mood right now. We're also getting candies. Large candies add up. Can get level 100 off large candies. Good backup. Premier Ball. Swift Swim. Oh, we just swapped Magikarp for no reason. 4-star and best decent or decent best decent best decent yeah. Can we get back to back to back? Boom! Ooh. Wait, it saves, so we can just go straight into it. Alright, now it's exciting. Now it's interesting. Now it's fun. And now it's not going to be shiny, so it doesn't even matter. Well played, Game Freak. This event just got interesting. Not even 3 in a row. That was the back-to-back event den with the back-to-back shiny Magikarp. Sure. So that's 4. I think that just kicked us into 4 shiny Magikarp in an hour. We've been streaming for less than an hour. We somehow pulled insanity with the back-to-back-to-back. 4 shiny Magikarp in an hour. Boom. Done. GG. Confirmed. It doesn't matter if I find out if it has rattled or not. You're not going to give up a shiny Magikarp. Boom. Take that damage. I'm out of commentary. That assurance hits big, though. I think I'm only going to do this for like a day. Actually, I maybe should just go for like I could go for a competitive one. This one might be a competitive one. At least get the nature. I just need like a Jolly Nature shiny Magikarp, and that'd be pretty good. Because, you know, getting Pokemon level 100 bottle capping isn't that hard, especially if you're doing the Magikarp event and getting candies. I have a lot of candies off the Delibird event as well. It's like, we're kind of stacked. Man, these events just go so fast. Weavile's probably the best AI Pokemon. Yeah, I like it. Why not mint it? Mints cost too much, and it's just a Magikarp. If it was a random shiny wild Pokemon, yeah, you can mint that. If it's an event Magikarp there's like a million of, then nah. Bottle Cap doesn't unlock hidden ability. Correct. But I would just run an Intimidate. Intimidate can still be useful. I'd run Tank Shiny Gyarados. Because that's how you fool people in this generation. You gotta play off standard. Alright, let's see what this boy looks like. It's a thing. So we have plus defense. It's like we can do Tank Gyarados and it'd be wild. And then we've got not best nature. You could go for a while and still have like some weird stuff happen. Gonna use Intimidate Assault Vest Gyarados. It's dank. Alright, the game isn't gonna give us like 3 in a row like that. We're like out of watts though. Event is insane. You've gotten 8 within the hour. And I was happy with my 4. Thanks for making me feel bad. Not really, but it's like, man, some people are just having, like, some people are popping off with this event. Thank you very much for your $2 donation, Mobile Empire. On your money, it's awesome. One, give it to me anyways. Yeah, we have like no watts and we have no wishing pieces, so we just gotta do this thing. Oh, Assault Vest is really good on Rhyperior. I love Assault Vest Rhyperior. It's classic. The only thing I like more on it is the Citrus Berry if you're trying to run it into physical attackers. Assault Vest Rhyperior with Solid Rock. Yeah, you survive water and grass type moves. It's weird like that. There needs to be more Solid Rock Pokemon. Or Filter. Like, that's a really cool ability. I think the problem is Game Freak is getting all hopped up on like new and exclusive abilities and they're forgetting about the old good ones. Or just updating older abilities. I only have 2 wishing pieces. Come on, game. Cut me a break. There we go. It auto-saves. I keep forgetting that I can just straight check this one without saving. I think Weakness Policy Rhyperior is too slow to kind of take off. Okay, that's fair. We can't get 4 in a row. That'd be too ridiculous. Alright, we had the momentum. Momentum is dead. I'm now back to being bored. More Pokemon should get multi-scale. That's a dangerous ability, though. It's a conundrum, because I don't want to get too many... I don't want to get shiny Magikarp too quickly, because I need to get watts for the next wishing pieces to get more shiny Magikarp. So I need to get some farming in between, you know? Eternus slaps the Carps. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh. 5-star, though. My Eternatus is in a battle box for the battle stadium, or not battle stadium, battle tower. And I don't want to go through that mess. There we go. We're back on our luck now. It would be great if you just came into this with like 100 or 200,000 watts. I think I just need to honestly do like a farming stream where the only thing I do is get like 1,000,000 watts. Because if there's going to be events like this and they keep on happening, yeah, I only got more because I had more watts. Yeah, I'm wasting like half my time getting watts after I get a shiny Magikarp. but it's still ridiculous. 8, even if you have an unlimited supply of watts, is ridiculous. Thank you very much for your donation. Yeah, check if you guys have that super chat, yo. You might have a free $2 to drop if you're a YouTube Red member, or 5, because YouTube just started giving people free money to donate, and it was weird. Yet I've had YouTube Red since it began, and I've never gotten a free donation to give to anyone. So, bro, you have to leech. Leeching is stupid. It takes longer to like share the friend code and then get into it, and then just like trying to snipe one online is not guaranteed. No, they never patched the time skip. If you're struggling with it, then you're just doing it wrong. You're a sick YouTube. You're a sick YouTuber. Yeah, there we go, Whiplash. Thank you very much for the comment. Is my Discord sick AF? We have some sweet shiny raids sometimes that get shared. We have an active community. And we're also doing like friendly tournaments as well, so fun stuff happens in the Discord. And we went an hour before the capture card and my computer started hating me. I guess that's a good run. Oh wait, Sandaconda, we can just skip it anyways. No hacking on my server though, so if you're expecting to get free cheated Pokemon, go elsewhere. Be a moron and spend your money there. I'm still getting a lot of, like, I feel like we're getting many more Magikarps than we are not Magikarps, so the odds there is pretty good. I don't know why you're talking about inferior energy product. We only drink G Fuel here. Use code Verlisify for 10% off your G Fuel order, by the way. Gotta stay fueled. Fuel the grind. Yeah, hashtag fuel the grind with that energy formula. I'd be dead without it, so I wouldn't be able to make all this sick content. Respect 100% real content. It's a shame how little value real content has in the Pokemon community. Everyone wants hacks, everyone wants cheats, everyone wants to be spoon-fed lies and clickbait and fake leaks, and they want their randomizers. They just want fake stuff because kids don't want to work for their things anymore. We live in a pandery, make-believe society, and it's a damn shame. Okay, we can save now. I don't even know what my expectation is. We got our 4 shiny Magikarp. That's pretty sick. It's always cool to see a shiny, though, when you get it. Sword and Shield randomizer? Yes, please. Unsub right now. Just leave. I don't put up with that nonsense here. Like, there's zero value to fake content, so I don't understand why anyone is interested in it. Like, a Sword and Shield randomizer is about as garbage as it gets. For one, every randomizer, especially Poketips, is going to be fake. So there's no, like, if you're just rigging a randomizer, there's nothing to it. Oh boy, I got this super ultra extreme rare shiny recolor that was hacked in my modded console on my modded save file. And it doesn't, and I can't use it in my original game. The value. I made it to where legendaries are more common. Ooh. Look at this legendary Pokemon appearing in the wild that's hacked in. Fancy. It's not salty to be against cheating. I mean, if you have an IQ below room temperature and you're entertained by that, I guess enjoy it. Have fun. It reminds me of a quote from... It's so old. I'm absolutely going to butcher this quote, but this goes back to like Nostalgia Critic like a decade ago, when he's like, "This is nothing. This is boring." Was it the Sonic review? I think it was like with the Sonic one, where it was like when it was like just the nonsense one from the Sonic animated series. He's like, "Show this one to your wall, and maybe your wall will be entertained." And that's what I mean. Like you have the mentality of an entertained wall if you appreciate randomizers. Nuzlocke are trash too. I agree. Especially like all these challenges. I just messed up. I needed to do the invite others and then save and stuff. Like all these challenge videos are low IQ nonsense as well. Can I beat the game with blank Pokemon? Yes. Because Pokemon is very simple and straight. If anyone's ever watched a speed run, you just do the same speedrun strats with that Pokemon, or you spend an extra couple hours and overlevel. Like, what's the speedrun strat for blue version? Isn't it that you just get, like... It's either a Nidoking, and then you get the TM Mega Kick, and you just Mega Kick everything until you win the game? Or you, like, pick up a trade Pokemon or something, and then you just use type advantage? So it's the same thing. Like, oh, wow. I just farm for 5 hours, and then my Pokemon is overleveled, and it steamrolls the game. Zero value. I prefer to make content that's real and contributes to Pokemon and isn't just nonsense. The verse exploit doesn't let you reset it faster because I'm pretty sure when you reset your game, it gets rid of it. And if you reset the game for the Magikarp, that's a thing. Also, this isn't shiny, so why have I not reset it by now? And I think there's just a lot of things that make it worse. Like, you'd either have to keep resetting it, or you wouldn't be able to find shinies as fast. Like, it's good for the watt farming, and it's good for setting it up, but it's not good for getting back-to-back shinies, or multiple shinies. Is any content real? Yeah, mine. But resetting the den is slower than resetting the game, unless you already have the watts, in which case it's not worth farming for them through the faster method. Rattled Magikarp? No. Moxie boost attack, not special attack. You can breed with it. Kinda. Wanted to do that resetting trick, because we already got our 4, so let's see what happens. Damn. If I tried changing the shiny to another mon, no, that's what I'm doing right now. So that wasn't shiny, so now we have to double time skip to save to then do the thing to do the thing. And then see how we can change force spawn shiny potential. I'm doubting it, but I feel like there's some kind of jank inside this game that makes it possible. Like, you can teach an egg TMs. There's some jank in this game that's really entertaining. Gyarados or Vaporeon? I think Vaporeon's a better Pokemon. So we know that, so that means we save. Wait, we don't want to do that. We wanted to do the time skip. I just did a Gigantamax raid and only 2 people joined. People really want shiny carp. I mean, I've never gotten it. Like, it's weird. It almost feels account-based. Like, I rarely get people to join my raids, even if it's a good raid, but then other people, like, fill up instantly, no matter what raid it is. Using an exploit isn't cheating. I don't know why people keep being idiots like that. I am not modifying my game. I'm not modifying my save. I'm not using external programs to manipulate game data or see game data that I shouldn't have access to. There's no hacking or modification whatsoever. I am changing the date. I'm turning my game on and off. If you think that's cheating, you're an idiot. Fact. Game Freak has had like well over a month to patch this, so it's just one of those things. It's also not any kind of glitch that has been forbidden in the past as well. Like, cloning is not allowed. Because, like, if you do, like, any trade things like that, Game Freak has put a hard stop to that. That's why there's a time penalty if you try to turn off your game while saving or while trading. And RNG abuse is not allowed. They didn't like it back in Generation 5, and it's not allowed now either. You have to use external programs. But this, you just turn the game on and off. So, GG. I forgot to save after the Dreadnought. How is this cloning in any way? Just because some idiot PokeTuber called this a cloning method doesn't mean it's a cloning method. This doesn't clone in any possible way. And if you're talking about, like, restarting a raid, like, you know, like, 3 people join, they catch the Pokemon, and then you reset the raid, how's that cloning either? Like, you're doing a new raid. You are creating a new raid instance to catch Pokemon. You are not taking a Pokemon and then duping it. I sound tired. Not tired. This is just what happens when you stream Magikarp for over an hour and you have unluck. This is the monotony of a shiny hunt. Wait. Man, I keep hitting the wrong buttons at the wrong time. There we go. Like I said, there's like a lot of steps, and the steps start getting weird because you have to like turn it off, you have to do the time skip, you have to turn it on, turn it off, time skip, shenanigans. So it's easy to like get out of order and then just fall into a weird loop. But we back. It's not 8% from raids. Cerebi is nonsense. Okay. We'll see what the data miners say when they get through this. Like, I just don't understand this massive spread of misinformation that people are just down with. I saw something hilarious. People were like, oh man, people attack Joe Merrick for trying to be a voice of reason in the community. I'm like, what? No, people attack me for being a voice of reason in the community, and Joe Merrick is like a 50-50. Sometimes he gets it right, and other times he's so biased that it's complete nonsense coming out of his mouth. If this is the shiny, I'm gonna be mad, because I keep, like, I don't want to save it every time. Even though it doesn't really take any time to save. Using wishing stones is slower than resetting already having the den. I can't wait for the next event. I want Game Freak to push us. I want Game Freak to make some busted events off of the Wild Area News event ends. So, G-Tox first seed available? No. That'll probably be the next event. It depends if Game Freak is going to just, like, go... I mean, we got Snorlax super quick. It's going to be, like, the Melmetal event, which is weird. I just want straight Meltan. Unless it's, like, a Meltan that can Gigantamax, kind of like the Rockruff that can evolve into Dusk. No shiny again. Rip. No one knows the percentage for shiny Magikarp yet. They probably can patch the time skip if they wanted to. There's just, I think there's a lot of, the time skip is deliberate in kind of weird ways, and I've talked about this before, that since there is, like, online connectivity, there is weird time situations. Like, the game is very time-oriented. So I feel like there might be something like if you're in a den, like say you're in a max raid battle online, and then it rolls over into the next day. I think if we didn't have these precautions in place that automatically reset the time, you might accidentally get timed out from time-based events just from doing a den and then going into midnight or something like that. Or maybe to prevent people that just have weird time issues with their Nintendo Switch from accidentally getting punished, this just ends up happening. So the game is actually, the game is working as intended with this time-skipping method. It's just being used in a way that is pretty broken. So I think it's a failsafe that has just gone horribly out of control. Because you can manipulate it. I'm technically taking a little longer for some of these Magikarps because I'm trying to figure out if we can change the shiny spawn force. So yeah. Stop saying it's 8%! Serbia has no idea what they're talking about. Just because Joe Merrick throws out anecdotal evidence doesn't mean we have actual numbers. And if another PokeTuber said it, that's because they didn't check for themselves. Do you have any idea when we get Meltan raids? I have no more information than any of you guys. Magnet Pull will be sick, though. Having other force spawn abilities is cool for the game. Yeah, people hating on me for no reason. People don't like that I speak the truth and I'm honest and legitimate. I call out scumbags and frauds, but then the scumbags and frauds get mad I'm exposing them. And they send their brainlet army to attack. The value of having 2 Nintendo Switches for Pokemon is kind of nutty. Magikarp's 100% catch rate? No, but it's like 255 base catch rate, which is pretty high. Yeah, we time skip this one. If you don't get the latest wild area news, you can keep getting the Magikarp event forever. Yes and no. I think if you connect online, it automatically downloads the wild area news. Wild Area News, I believe, is for people that do not have Nintendo Switch Online connection. So, you can mystery gift event without a Nintendo Switch Online connection, but you can't do, like, any of the online stuff. So that's kind of like a bypass. However, if you do, like, a trade, a battle, you go into the victory station, I think it automatically updates the Wild Area News for you. So you just cannot go anywhere online if you want to keep these Magikarps. Or you just catch 10 in one day and then you never care about the event again. Or Game Freak makes a better event and then forces you to update Wild Area News. Gonna go GG? Cool. Happy New Year's, Rocket Twerp. I'm pressing buttons wrong. It's amazing how fast misinformation spreads to the Pokemon community, yet people are mad at me. One last question. Ever think we'll get more abilities like Storm Drain Harvest? Again, I have no more information than anyone else, but Game Freak's current design decisions feel Like, I don't even know. Like, Game Freak's current design decisions make it impossible to predict anything they're going to do. Because, like, there's just some weird things that happen in this game that don't make sense when it comes to competitive. Like, there's no reason Poltegeist doesn't get Scald except for balance reasons. So it seems like they're going for balance reasons instead. They didn't put a lot of good old abilities on some of the new Pokemon. Everything is a gimmick. It's weird. Once again, unlucky on the Magikarps. How do I do this method? I did a video about it earlier today. Pokemon feels like Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything is setting up for a gimmick. Nah, Yu-Gi-Oh's way worse. XYZ, Pendulum, and then the new summon, whatever they're called, Link summons. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not recognizable. My friends told me about Goat's format, and Goat format sounds legitimately fun. I wish there was just like a pre-XYZ format. Or just like a no Link summon, no X. But even then, like, then the new archetypes are just unbalanced messes. I lost track of where we are. I think we saved because this was a not shiny. I'm still trying to like force reset a shiny, so we're taking a little bit of extra time right now just to figure out how the game works. Wasn't there a new mystery gift event for dive balls? Allegedly. I saw someone talking about it. I didn't see anything about it specifically, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. April 1st, Yu-Gi-Oh! Goes back to old days. We can special summon to any monster zone. Really? Are they getting rid of the Link zone? Or are they just changing the mechanic because no one likes it? Or is it like a complete meta change? Miguel. Alright, so let's see what Pokemon this is. Not a Magikarp. Okay. I don't even know for Diamond Pearl remakes anymore. Like, going straight into another Sword and Shield would be interesting, but I love this region, and I love this game. But I don't know if I could handle another Pokemon Sword and Shield unless they, like, do all of the quality of life. Like, they put in so much quality of life to where I'm like, yeah, this game is pretty dope. But there's so many missed opportunities. Like, we would need a move tutor to bring back, like, Pain Split, Defog, Belly Drum, those move tutors and stuff. So, that's a big problem. Having all 18 gems playable, that would make it worth it for having a new one. I think they need to expand camping to be like secret bases, and they'd also have to fix the annoyingness of max raid battles. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So now, we time skip ahead, and we get a shiny Magikarp again. If that happens, then we can kind of guarantee that it's the exact same spawns. The extra monster zone will only be for Links and Pendulums. It was changed because decks that don't use Links were restricted only one extra deck monster. Exactly. Now they have a chance to compete. Cool. So does that mean Pendulum could actually, like, summon more? Weird. I'm really hoping we keep our shiny Magikarp. 4-star. Good sign. Pendulum stays nerfed. Nice. That sounds fair. Konami might actually bring some people back into their game. Sweet. Okay. So now, I want to think about this in a very cerebral way. So we have a golden Magikarp. And I'm trying to figure out, like, how we force that. So it's like, okay, so we have the Dreadnought. But if we throw in if we advance the day, it's going to turn into a Magikarp. If we knew about the shiny RNG, we could figure out, like, I'm trying to think, is there a way of moving this shiny Magikarp to another den and then forcing a different shiny Pokemon? I'm going to screw this up, I'm going to lose the Magikarp, and it's not going to work. I can guarantee that. But on the 0.1% chance that we can screw this game up, it's going to be very interesting. So we have an active den over there. If we drop in a wishing piece, it gets rid of our den. But I'm wondering if that treats it like a new shiny. So I just want to check this really quick. See which one this is. That's an event. That makes it a bit more interesting. So we have a shiny on lock, and we have a Magikarp here. And not shiny, but we reset, and then we can still force spawn a shiny Magikarp. As if we progress the day forward. Like, it's when you put in the wishing piece, it like resets your RNG. I'm wondering if there's a way to do some weird event stuff. Yeah, shiny Magikarp just like has boosted shields. Okay, so we're in the same situation. If we progress, let's use a wild den to move the date forward. So we can use that den to move the date forward, and it's an event den. I wonder if that means that the next event den will be shiny. So that's going to kill this den. It's going to make the other den have a shiny. So that still has a shiny over there. And then that's a new spawn. And that's likely the event spawn. But it could also just be a straight up regular Pokemon. But if it's a regular Pokemon, I want to test it. So I'm wondering if like there's a weird thing going on here where the shiny from the other den is now applying to this den. It's like I said, it's a 99.999999 that's not how it works. But if we really just keep screwing with the time and screwing with the guaranteed shiny in this game, something weird might happen. And it had to be in like the worst place for me to actually get to. Oh wait, I can just cut across the water. I hope like 3 people in chat understand what I'm going for, and they know how stupid it is too. It's like, it makes sense, but it's complete nonsense. Event. And there could also just be a chance this is a natural spawn shiny. Okay. Isn't. But we still have the shiny Magikarp from the other one. Okay. Now we're going to do the big reset. Now we are going to lose the golden shiny Magikarp for my ultimate theory test. Didn't try yet. That was just my second idea. I'm going back to my first idea. So this was the original idea of how to force a shiny. So, Dreadnought, we skipped the day. That brings us back to shiny Magikarp. I guess we could just test with this den right here. So, throwing in this Wishing Piece completely kills that den. But what happens if we throw in a Wishing Piece and then skip the day ahead by 1? Does that trick the game into thinking that my Wishing Piece skipped day 1 Magikarp is now in this den? I'm just going to check this one, just in case. Because, like, maybe it's like, oh, the next one coming up, and then by putting it in, this moves the RNG up. I'm, like, again, 1,000,000% this isn't going to work. That looks like a regular Maractus to me. And now, we do plan A. I've gotten 4 shinies, and I'm about to lose a shiny to test a theory about force spawning shiny Pokemon. Do it again. I also got a rattled shiny, so that's cool. So now, we skip ahead a day, and then we don't get a shiny Pokemon. I wonder if I think I might have screwed that up by checking that Maractus, because I forgot that I saved it, and now we don't have that other shiny den. So I might have to try this again. So we moved ahead a day after we had the last one. In theory, this would be our shiny. And it probably isn't, but I just had to check. Because, like, there has to be a way of abusing this. Okie dokie. What do we do now? Got my first shiny of the game since I didn't have any shiny charm yet. What if... I'm like, what if my next... No, not the next Magikarp wouldn't be shiny. I don't think there's any way... Like, there has to be some kind of wacky way to trick the game into transferring your den to another den. I feel like that might even involve going back in time. Also, we're out of Watts. Or out of Wishing Pieces. $14. I guess we just need to wait for the data miner to post. And that should be a 5-star Magikarp, I believe, still. Yeah, there's also no reason to call it Ultra Shiny. That was a TCG trademark. It's just nonsense peddled by YouTubers. That would be interesting if it changed what this Magikarp is. So yeah, Ultra Shiny is nonsense. And once again, just like crazy how lies spread through the Pokemon community. So yeah, it's the same Magikarp. I don't think there's any way of manipulating it, which is fair, which is good. Because if it could be manipulated, then that'd be silly. See if Cyrus has any updates. Still working on mechanism being used to increase the shiny rate on Magikarp. Details whenever it's worked out. 16 hours ago. So it's safe to say Michael either went to sleep or hasn't figured it out yet. Like whenever you, I'm trying to reverse engineer this. So whenever you throw in a Wishing Piece, gives you a new set of RNG. How do we cancel that from happening? I think it's one of those things where it's like when you're doing a speedrun theory craft, like when it was Wind Waker, where it's like if we could get through this barrier, we could save half of Wind Waker. You know, it's like, so if we could figure out how to not refresh our RNG when we go into a den through some kind of shenanigans, then we could keep the RNG from an event. It's probably not possible, but it's something to consider. And if one of you guys find that out, DM me, even though I'm banned on Twitter. Another thing to test. Actually, wait, this should be Shiinotic, right? Maractus. Ooh, okay. So now what I want to do... Okay, so remember, we might still have that shiny Magikarp in a weird way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to progress the day forward, because that would be the day we would have our shiny Magikarp. So if the next time I put in a wishing piece and we get a shiny Magikarp, then weird stuff is on the table. But it doesn't guarantee anything, because shiny Magikarp is just that common. So yeah, that's our Shiinotic. So see, like, the RNG is that consistent. But not. Okay. Nope. Just trying to figure out some weird stuff. There has to be something to this, right? I want to see that next event. 5-star Magikarp. We saved it. I don't think it would be a different Pokemon, but it could be. I'm just trying to like transfer shininess. If it's not shiny, it kills the theory. Damn. That doesn't help. Because like I said, the shiny Magikarp are so common in general. But what I did was I killed the shiny Magikarp, progressed the day ahead on a different den, and then I went back to an event den and still found a shiny. I know it's a different Magikarp, but the thing is I'm looking for is if we can transfer that shiny chance onto a different Pokemon. I guess we got some experimenting to do. Okay. I'm trying to think, like, so we're a day ahead. I don't want to lose another shiny because of my stupidity. I guess one way of testing this would be if the next... It's like, what if we just keep throwing wishing pieces until we get another den like this? It does sound stupid, but I'm trying to break the game, and you have to think some stupid things to be able to break the game. Why are you calling them promoted Pokemon? That's a nonsense term. It's just an event. It's not promoted into anything. Oh, you mean about the Ultra Shiny? Okay, I thought you were talking about me. I thought you said my thing was starting to sound stupid. I know it sounds stupid. I need to keep going until I don't get a shiny. Then that will give me answers. Until if we run out of wishing pieces before getting the next one, though, I'm gonna be very sad. Because that kind of breaks everything. But technically, we could go for Brilliant Aura Pokemon if we run out of wishing pieces. Come on, give me an event. I need an event den I need an event den desperately. Good. Now, the question is, does this shiny Magikarp preserve into another den? I'm 99.99 saying no. Also, we kind of screwed it up anyways, but... Okay, good. Like, I just don't want to see a shiny Pokemon, because that'd have been kind of weird. But now we have this den, so what if the next Magikarp we see is shiny? No, but then we have to progress the day. We just kind of have to keep doing weird stuff, don't we? So now we can move the date. Oh, that's too early. What happens if we intentionally fail a communication like that? Reminder that square shinies are not more rare than stars. Yeah, exactly. People don't care about the facts though, because some PokeTuber lied to them for clout. Taking a risk right now. Should have saved, but I'm not going to. I did not confirm that date. Thought I hit A, but it didn't register. Okay. I'm not resetting shinies because I'm trying to figure out what the shiny RNG does. There's some kind of mechanic that's force spawning the Magikarp over the normal shiny odds. I'm screwing with it. This shouldn't be a shiny. Good. Okay. So, we've, like, whoops, I just smacked my microphone trying to scratch my nose. So, we have debunked, kinda. Love music? Yeah. I try to have a sick Pokemon playlist. It's not as long as it should be. It loops pretty often, but they were, like, music that worked. Okay, so let's try to preserve another time-skipped Magikarp. Except we're not going to have enough watts. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing to my method, and we're going to need to wait for the data miners to say something about it. I missed the GBA sound. I was actually thinking about that. I was like, you know what was really dope? The GBA sound. Like, we have these high-tech earbuds, which are alright, but GBA sound was untouchable. Could I do a video on creating a team around Togekiss, Hippo, Corviknight? I mean, I did a video on how those three are the best. I think that's all that you really need. Because if I don't promote copy pasting. I don't promote rental teams. I don't promote a lack of creativity. So if I promote how to build a team my way around the three best Pokemon in the game, then every team is going to look like that, and that only creates problems. I already checked if it was shiny. That's why I'm double changing the date. Because I don't save, I check, and then I reset, check, no, don't check, save, check, reset, don't check, save, something, something. The rate resetting is pretty nifty, but it's also pretty monotonous when you're grinding it out for a couple hours trying to figure out how the game works. I sacrificed 2 shiny Pokemon to learn that my idea I knew wouldn't work doesn't work. I think it's worth. Yeah, we've got some Dins around. I wanted to save because I wanted to check if this was a regular Snorlax or not. Like I said, we're just in like a shiny hunting mode. So it'd be really interesting if this was just a random shiny, not a manipulated shiny. Got it. Worst actual time you could have reset your account? Why would you reset your account? Oh, you mean like your Nintendo Switch Online account or what? Because you don't need Nintendo Switch Online to do this event. Or you could have made another profile and then make another save file. Anaconda. I've done this so many times. What raid event? I did a video about it. There's a higher chance of getting shiny Magikarps through raids right now. One to play through with Score Bunny, play through it casually, not making a competitive team as you play through it. But why would you reset your account when you could just make a new profile and have a new save file? Damn. Dang. You didn't have online? You don't need online to make a second account or save file. And you don't need online to get wild area news, I thought. Do I have it backwards? Take on Gigantamax Snorlax. I don't think it says anything about needing a Nintendo Switch Online connection. You need to connect your Nintendo Switch to the internet automatically to get the wild area news. Yeah, okay, so connecting your Nintendo Switch system to the internet will automatically enable you to encounter the latest Pokemon. You can achieve the same result by manually doing it by getting wild area news. So if you go online with your Nintendo Switch, but is it Nintendo Switch in general or Nintendo Switch in game? Like if you want to preserve this event or any other event, you have to like disable your internet entirely. It's kind of whack. Crit catch rate does seem pretty insane in this game. So you don't need the Nintendo Online. Is Draining Kiss better than Dazzling Gleam? Only if you're Dynamax Togekiss against a Dynamax Duraludon. Happy New Year's from Denmark. Cool. Not a shiny. Is the tower a den? It's for a raid crystals, which you get through certain events. But now that they're doing wild area, it's weird. I'm not checking 3rd or 4th Mon because that isn't affected by this Magikarp. I was trying to do a 2 Mon manipulation, which didn't work because you can't really change this event because it's weird. How many have I found? 6, and I intentionally caught 4 and intentionally let 2 get away for science. There we go. This tells me nothing, we're just back onto the shiny hunting. And it's a square shiny. It's a 4-star, so GG easy. I really want Michael to kind of figure out how that works for the event generation. It looks like Game Freak is pretty locked down on it, though. I don't think you can manipulate this event into any other shinies. You're only stuck with Magikarp. But if we get actual odds, that'd be pretty cool. Why don't I have 1 mil subs yet? Because of people slandering me, like Poketips, Budlam Scrafty, other people backstabbing me like Dobbs and A-Drive and refusing to collab with me because they don't like that my content is better than theirs. Just too many attacks, too many lies and suppression from the Pokemon community. Even like Pokeaim and Cybertron making hit pieces out against me. It's a shame. Better odds on higher star levels. This was a 3-star or 4-star, right? And I just randomly got shiny, so I think it's just the same. I think it's flat odds. Why can't everyone get along? Because they're greedy and like money. They'd rather clickbait and betray their audience for views, so it was a 3-star. They'd rather clickbait and betray their audience for views than actually, like, be honest. They don't care about Pokemon or their audience or YouTube. Are any Poketubers willing to collab with me? Seems like no, and I honestly don't know why. Because, like, if people worked with me, I wouldn't have a bad reputation. Because then they'd be the ones promoting me and then dismissing all the lies against me. So using my reputation as an excuse to not work with me is not valid. Because that's what would fix my reputation, and then everything would get better slowly. So people are just weird. After Nappy came out as a child groomer, we tried to get the community back together, but no one wanted to work together, so it's just a toxic community with a lot of people that don't get along and a lot of other people driven by money. That's kind of what Pokemon's boiled down to. Wait. Close. Yeah, I don't have chat bots. I have a Discord. Chat bots on YouTube are very finicky. Is this song currently playing? Champion Red and Blue from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Like, the bots are competent when it comes to Twitch, but YouTube bots are, like, hard to find and make work. You join Discord through Patreon. And then you can participate in tournaments, raids, trades. That's A+1 said he doesn't have a problem with you. I'm pretty sure he came up in a negative light because of something. He was either involved in the Weedle Twin Needle pedophile thing, or he just hacks and cheats his Pokemon anyways, so I want nothing to do with him. Or I don't want anything to do with him. Like, for some reason that name feels like a bad person that we have encountered through the Discord or through other reasons, and he's not good. Alright, so time skip. One of the best ways to realistically help is we need a genuine person, 100% doesn't hack to win VGC Worlds and call out hackers, and then point to the YouTubers to watch. Man, I think he'd be taken down off stream and banned from Pokemon before he could finish his sentence. That's the problem, like, it just shows the massive advantage that hacking has. Yeah, me and Duncan were on good terms. Like, Duncan is, as weird as it is to say, the only person I respect in the Pokemon community. Also, like, Philly beat you, and I have no problem with, Abdallah Smash and Leonhardt, but that's kind of it. When it comes to, like, Poketubers that are well-known, because, like, Abdallah Smash, he's just Nintendo content. So I don't, like, lump him in with Poketubers when I'm, like, all Poketubers scumbags. He's on the outside and he makes good content. But, Philly beats you, he's inconsistent, so like, yeah, when you just think Poketubers, it's Duncan, somehow. This is why you miss Justin. Justin got weird, though. He started cheating, or like, not cheating, but he started supporting hacking. Like, people... The mods and admin in his forum were giving away shiny 6IV hacked Dittos. I called it out, and he got mad at me for it. And then he wanted to refuse treatment, and he didn't want to get better, so nothing we can do about that. Zach Scott Games is a scumbag that pirates games, so no, there's no value to his content. He pirates, hacks them, and then rushes out content for all the exclusive stuff. That's from cheating. I found 7 shiny Magikarp, and I caught 5 and ran away from 2. I'm feeling like one more. I feel like having 6 shiny Magikarp would be pretty cool. You don't really need hacks to get shiny Pokemon or mods. That's wrong. The shiny Den RNG is like the worst method of getting a shiny Pokemon ever in Pokemon. And the shiny odds are abysmal in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like, Pokemon Sword and Shield is the worst shiny hunting game in Pokemon. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. There's no special odds for raids. There's near impossible odds for wild Pokemon, and then Masuda method is the same. You are not allowed to check your frames. If you check your frames, that is literally using an external program to cheat. How do you know Zach Scott does that? Because he has all of the unavailable Pokemon, and he makes content as like he's making content before the games come out. It's pretty obvious. So yeah, you absolutely need hacks to get a shiny frame. And then that means your shiny Pokemon is hacked. Which makes it the worst method. And if you do it without getting shiny frames, then it's the worst shiny hunting method. False. Doesn't touch the Switch, but it is a third-party program. You're not allowed to use third-party programs. It's RNG abuse. It's the same thing as Generation 5. You aren't allowed to get an RNG seed from an external program in Generation 5. That's hacking. Or it's cheating. It's not hacking, it's cheating. So using this and trading with a program to PK hex your RNG seed is using is using an externally modified software. So it's cheating. It's not doing the same thing. There's a difference between changing the date and then getting an RNG seed. If you use any external program to get an RNG seed, then it's not allowed. If you do it the normal way, like if you just randomly do it to just keep resetting indefinitely, then it's the worst method to ever get a shiny Pokemon. But the second you talk about your RNG seed, then it's not allowed. Blaine's having fun with it, to each their own? No. Cheating is not a situation where you say to each their own. Unauthorized RNG abuse is not a situation where you say to each their own. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm going off on chat too much. I'm not resetting properly. I had Nintendo Labo and I didn't really do too many crazy things with it. People think they understand, but they don't. That's because it's a lot of cognitive bias and dissonance. They just want to convince themselves that cheating is okay when it isn't. Shady cheats his teams for leagues, or at least did. And he used to be Shady. I don't keep tabs on him anymore because he's kind of really out of it. Average time for shiny Magikarp. That's an impossibility. I got 3 back-to-back shiny Magikarp. So... And then I went an hour dry. So I got 1 Magikarp in 20 minutes. And then I got 3 Magikarp in 5 minutes, and I got 4 Magikarp in an hour. Jaywitz is hella shady. Met Jaywitz at PAX East years ago. He said he liked my content. We hung out. He was kind of cool. He ghosted me for dinner, but that's alright. And then he followed me on Twitter. We had some conversations. One day I was blocked. He never told me why. And I've reached out to him like, hey dude, why'd you block me? Can we talk about this? Never responded. Jaywitz just, like, we were friendly, we were cool, we talked a bit, we hung out, and then he never talked to me again. Without any reason. I'd at least like to know the reason. So, that comes off as very shady. And then he hangs out with Shofu, and it seems like he condones the diss track Shofu made against me, a fellow member of the Pokemon community, but I'm not allowed to say anything about anyone else. Hypocritical and shady. Yeah, Jaywitz is weird. I had respect for him, but then he pulled shenanigans. Just got a notification, what'd you miss? Decent amount of shiny Pokemon. Happy New Year, Joe. For real. I'm still a couple hours off of that. How I feel about Birdkeeper Toby? I think he's kind of a fraud. Mostly from, like, his past actions. I don't think his content is, like, that great. And he used to be really sketchy. I can't really say much about now, but from what I've learned in the Pokemon community is that people don't change. Birdkeeper Toby was selling YouTube advice for, I think, $50 an hour when he was barely making enough money to live off YouTube. Seemed really scummy. Because, like, my threshold for making a living off YouTube is at least, like, 1 million, 1.5 million views per month. He was getting, like, 700,000 views per month, and he already considered himself, like, a YouTube expert. You can't live... Well, you can. It's just not a good life. You can't really do well off of 700,000 views per month, and you certainly aren't in the position to be promoting yourself as a successful YouTuber at $700,000 a month to where you're selling advice for $50 an hour. That seemed really scummy to me. So it told me that he's in it for the money, and he also just kind of makes weird videos. And we went a couple hours before I started just going on those PokeTuber rants, but the Jaywitz one kind of set me off, because I'm still trying to figure out what's wrong with Jaywitz. Even though I'm like banned on Twitter, so it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, I heard about Nappy coming back. The thing is, like, people supporting him. Thousands of idiots welcome Nappy's return, even though he has groomed minors. Pokemon, that's like all you need to know. That's all you need to know about how screwed up the Pokemon community is. You know, regardless of like Austin, John, A-Drive, and Poketips being frauds and scammers and stuff, people welcoming back Nappy after the drama, and then just being like, yeah, it's okay what he did. Nah. I don't know how saying fact is crying, but whatever. Talking about what's going on. Sorry, can't handle reality. Opinion on Austin John's responsive video? Well, of course it's trash. It doesn't change that he used the RNG seeding to set up his video and then misrepresent it while still likely having a hacked Switch. Didn't he say that you can't take a custom firmware Switch online? That's a lie. You can. And we know he has hacked consoles in the past and he's hacked Pokemon games in the past, so I don't know why he's trying to defend any of it. And also doesn't excuse that he completely lied for his video. So. Weird stuff, guys. Pokemon community is just effed. That's all you need to know. I call the fakers out. People don't like me for that. It's weird. But some people like me for it, so that's cool. Mystic Umbreon's a fraud. We were going to work together. We were going to collab. He canceled the collab for a garbage reason about something I never did. He was like, well, people are saying that you're a fascist. Hey, another shiny. Cool. He was like, people said you're a white supremacist or you're a Nazi supporter or whatever, so I'm not going to work with you. I was like, do you believe that? He's like, no, I don't believe that. Never mind. Screw those guys. I'm going to work with you. So, with Mystic Umbreon, we were going to collab. He canceled the collab for a garbage reason. We talked it out. He said he was going to do the collab again. And then he turned around and said, never mind, I'm not doing the collab. Pretty shitty thing to do. We were talking, we were getting along, and then he just decided, nah, I don't want to work with Verlisify for no reason. That was after the whole Nappy thing. Same thing with Sacred. Sacred's like, dude, people are saying that you're a Nazi in my chat. I'm like, do you think I'm a Nazi? He's like, no. He's like, but they're all saying you're racist. I'm like, do you think I'm a racist? I'm talking with you, and we seem to be getting along pretty well. Obviously, me wanting to work with Sacred means I'm racist. That's the only conclusion. That we actually had, like, a really good video, too. I enjoyed it. Well, of course Wolfie is an asshole. He made that video about me when he exposed himself, and then he denies that he's a cheater when he's been caught. He doesn't provide anything to the Pokemon community. He's a fraud. He's washed up and a fraud. That's even worse. Were the odds of getting shiny Magikarp? We don't know yet. Yeah, they make up so many lies about me, it's ridiculous. That's the only, like, that's the crazy thing. Like, they have to lie about me, and people want to hate me for no reason, so they believe lies, even if they're disproven. Else I consider trustworthy? There really aren't any. Yeah, these people, that's the thing. Pokemon community, or Poketubers, are greedy and have no backbone. I think that's the best way of describing it. They put money over anything else. Even the truth. Someone's gonna believe a lie, therefore I can't work with Verlisify. We saw that happen with multiple people. And then A-Drive just straight stole my content. I had exclusive coverage and information that no one else had access to, and A-Drive just straight stole it to end our friendship. He is a scumbag. And then he started doing all the, like, clickbait nonsense. It's a shame. That's yeah, like, yeah, just because Joe Merrick says something doesn't mean it's correct either. Serbia has gotten more things wrong the last couple of years than anything. Enzo Perez, thank you very much for your membership. Go have fun spamming the emotes. We got new PP emotes, we got my anger point ability, or you can just spam the cute picture of my dog. That's 6 shiny Magikarp. So we found 8 shiny Magikarp after pulling some shenanigans, like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Really? 4 Magikarp an hour seems to be about right if you're doing it efficient. More if you already have Watts or Wishing Pieces. Weird. So we got Swift Swim, Swift Swim, Swift Swim, Swift Swim, Swift Swim, Rattled. We got our 1 Rattled, no Jolly, or even Adamant. And if I want to use Moxie, we got it. We just need a Mint and some Hyper Training. Got a good amount of extra large experience candy. And large. Large is pretty solid. That's a couple of 100s right there. How many wishing pieces do we have? 1. Excellent. Going to go through the emotes, definitely spamming picture of Leica. Yeah, that's what it's about. Done some time skipping. I don't see any interesting beams. Beware wants to kill us. Never stop being real. If I've lasted this long, I think I'm gonna be pretty good on keeping that promise. Things come around eventually. I don't know. I think society is falling apart. Fake news is rampant. Idiocy has blown up to unbelievable proportions, and the algorithm supports frauds like Austin John, Poketips, and A-Drive. So I don't see things coming around, but I can still be myself. Love your videos. You're only on Poke2. I'm a sub 2. That's awesome to hear, Rainbow Tail Eevee. Thank you very much for your support. How did I get the Watts? By just going for Magikarp. Like, I got these resetting for shiny Magikarps. It just be like that. Mr. Beast is an example that good can thrive. I mean, while I agree that Mr. Beast is like a good person that changes the game and does like insane stuff, I have gripes with him because he clickbaited to get where he is. You know, when he did like his, I spent $20,000 in scratch-offs and he has like a blurred out check that clearly says 1 million. I can't respect that clickbait. That level of clickbait is completely unnecessary. And some of the other clickbait things he did. Like, why? Why did he have to clickbait? He could have just been honest the whole way, but he wasn't. And that's kind of like a permanent tarnish for me when it comes to Mr. Beast, because he just couldn't be honest the entire time. I think Umbrella Smash is cool. Mr. Beast beat the algorithm, honestly. Minus the clickbait. And the sad thing is, like, if some weird stuff didn't happen, because I had like a couple of unfortunate things happen in my YouTube career, I would have like, I had ideas to do Mr. Beast kind of things, like the real life Monopoly with real money. I actually wanted to do that with my friends with like YouTube money, but I lost tons of money in the stock market and I had some trouble selling my house, so I like lost the money I could do that with. And then also it goes back to like 6 years ago when I had a huge falling out with my ex. I lost all my friends from that. I was planning on buying like a YouTube house and then we'd all just make YouTube videos together, but that never came through. So like unfortunate life circumstances kept me from some of like those cool Mr. Beast ideas I had. Oh well. I'm just going to keep playing Pokemon and hope for the best. Do you think the DNS exploit to get event is cheating in Gen 5 games? How do you think it... Like, how is that even a question? It's obviously cheating. Because you're not connecting to an official Nintendo server. You are connecting to someone's hacked PK Hex, effectively, or their Pokegen. The Pokemon you receive are not legitimate events. So there's no way it's legitimate in any way. It's no different than hacking them into your own game, and if you have 2 brain cells, you can figure that out for yourself. You're downloading like hacked Pokemon off a spoofed server. Yeah, that's totally legitimate. That's totally not cheating. Life happens, but I can still do it in 2020. Well, I mean, technically, these are things that have happened over like the last 3-6 years. If I haven't done, like, now I'm a little late to the game, and now I don't have like the correct setup because it disadvantaged me so much. It's not a 2020 thing, but it's a maybe thing. Am I not in the World Championships? Because Pokemon's pay to win, and I don't feel like paying to win. Championship points are not a determination of skill in any way. I don't have the time or the money to... Well, I have the money, but I don't have the time to do that. I'm not going to stick my dog in boarding every 2 weeks so I can go to a regional until I farm enough points to get to Worlds, while flying across the country nonstop, or the continent, or the world. I just show up to... Also, my safety. I can't go to events because it's not safe. I get too many death threats. Who's the most toxic PokeTuber? It's like a tie. It's like a 3-way tie between A-Drive, Poketips, and Austin John. Keep being honest, life will reward you. I don't believe in that. Because if you believe in that, that creates complacency, and that's what creates failure. You still have to... You have to stick to your guns and work for your things. In today's society, that's not how... That isn't rewarded in today's society, but you still have to do it. Like, I could just be an immoral asshole and make bank. I could have been... Well, I think it's too late for that now, but I could have done that years ago. And that would have been more rewarding, but not personally rewarding. Yeah, my only chance of going to Worlds is qualifying off of online competitions, which is... depends on how many they do and how possible it is. Get a license carry, then you're good. Nah, having a gun on you doesn't prevent you from getting shot or assaulted. I'd rather not put myself at risk or into a position where I'd have to do something crazy. How many times have I tried this? I lost count. Try to find a channel from that Belly Drum Slurpuff back in Gen 6. Rip Belly Drum Slurpuff. We need tutors. Like, Diamond and Pearl remakes makes sense because then we could have Platinum tutors again. So, like, Platinum remakes, Gen 4 remakes, whatever. We could have tutors again, and that'd make a lot of sense. But then we'd have, like, a different Pokemon roster, which would be kind of weird. I don't know what Game Freak... Like, a mixture of the national decks, Gen 4 remakes being overdue, and then Sword and Shield 2 being a very legitimate possibility because of the strong foundation of Generation 8. There's too many options. The problem is when you have a... Like, YouTube isn't getting better for anyone, unless you're a scumbag. Like, the YouTube algorithm has only gotten more inorganic and worse, and society is only going downhill. Once again, you can't just hope things are going to improve. Life doesn't work that way. You just keep rocking on. So at the same time, I'm still making 6 figures a year playing Pokemon. So... It's just not halfway to 7 figures level of money. Would I collab with PokeMMD? If only you knew. I recorded an episode of The Lock with PokeMMD. And you know what Pokemon did? He didn't upload it. For no reason. And then when that reason... It was once again, he's like, well, people said you're a Nazi. I'm like, but I'm not a Nazi. I'm clearly not a Nazi. I haven't done anything to suggest I'm a Nazi, and that was his weak excuse for not uploading it. And then Duncan Knee Deep, we settled our differences. He took down the video, and then Pokeaim was like, nah, I'm still not uploading the video. So the only reason Pokeaim didn't upload the lock got settled, and he still refuses to upload it. Pokeaim is a scumbag. He also stole my How to Use title, which is another funny thing, because I brought that up with him, and I was like, hey, I think it's kind of scummy that you stole my How to Use title, because I've been doing that for like 5 years for my guides. And then you start doing it. He's like, yeah, I won't do it. This was before Pokemon Sword and Shield, when we recorded The Lock. And then he's like, yeah, I won't do it. I'm sorry. And then he started doing How to Use guides again. So he invited me onto The Lock, spent a day's, actually more than a day's worth. We spent a couple days setting it up, and then we had like a 3-4 hour podcast, and then we were talking for hours. So he invited me on. I obliged. And we spent a whole day kind of like setting this up. So he stole a lot of my time, gave a BS excuse, just lied straight to my face, and then canceled the whole thing and then stole my content again. Pokemon community is a scum. It's scum. There are no good people in the Pokemon community. How many times do I have to say that? Am I ever going to do a Pokemon Sword and Shield randomizer? We already talked about this. Randomizers are only enjoyed by low IQ idiots. There is no value to a randomizer whatsoever. First off, you need to illegally hack your Switch and modify your game, which I'm explicitly against. So you will never find a randomizer like that. And there's zero value to the content because the Pokemon are useless and randomizers are always rigged. No matter what they say, Poketips, he has rigged randomizers in the past. He has rigged all of his randomizers. So there's zero value to it. Oh wow, you get a special Pokemon to appear. No. It's a hacked Let's Play. There's no value to it whatsoever. Hope it's Platinum remakes. The only thing I care about for a Platinum remake is the Underground. Other than that, I just want secret bases and customization, especially on Nintendo Switch. That sounds epic. Like, I wish you could do more with your camp. Like, if there were items and things I could place down in my Pokemon camp and make it like a mini secret base, that'd be the greatest thing ever. Like, if it's hacked content, then there's zero value to it, and there's no reason people should be engaging with it. Ugh, hiccup. Ugh. Yeah, it should be that straightforward, but the Pokemon community is filled with idiots. So it happens. Just outright wish it didn't suck compared to Pokemon Refresh. Refresh kind of sucked, though. They should have made the base of the wild area as the underground and then just build on it. Yeah, but then that takes away from the Diamond Pearl remakes. So, if Gen 4 remakes are next, I'm okay with it. But if it's Sword and Shield 2, then I don't know. Because I don't know, like, they did so much revolutionary stuff that I don't know how they build upon it to actually make it worth. Like, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon was barely worth, but it was. Because of Warp Ride, Rainbow Rocket, and the other quality of life improvements they added to the game, the battle agency and stuff, it was good. But Generation 7 was already dead by then, so it didn't feel that way. But I don't know how they expand on this without doing everything. How many do I have? 6. Just kind of going to see if we can get another one here. Tyranitar Tube is better, but he isn't like helping out anything in the Pokemon community. He scumbagged super hard in 2016 for Pokemon for Generation 7. He owned up to it, but he's not like doing anything about it. He's just doing his own thing, which is... Can't fault him, but I wish he would try to make the Pokemon community a better place. RIP. How long have I been doing this? We have been streaming for 2.5 hours. And I've seen 8, I've caught 6. So if we get like 9 to 10 in like 4 hours, that sounds about right. But I also screwed around for a bit, trying out a method that I knew wouldn't work for like force spawning shiny Pokemon. Could I have any one of the legends put into Pokemon Sword and Shield, which wouldn't be? I don't care about the legendary Pokemon, since they're not usable competitively. And they're just kind of a weird thing. Like, Lugia is my favorite legendary Pokemon, but I'm fine with Lugia not being in the game because I'm not a brat. So I don't need any of them in. There we go. Like his Husky? Yeah. Enzo finally dropping the emotes. Damn. I keep hitting the wrong buttons because there's so much to do and keep up with. What do I think about Clang? Kling Klang? I don't know about Clang. Kling Klang shift gear has always been like solid. Man, this, like, we haven't gotten a Magikarp in, like, wait, no, we got one recently. I was about to say, it's been, like, an hour, but no. We got our last one kind of recently, so. It just feels like it takes so long. And then we get back-to-back Magikarp, and it doesn't matter. I don't know. Was removing Toxic as a teachable move a bad decision? It's a weird decision. It's hard to call it bad because, like, it's nice that you don't get Toxic stalled by just, like, completely random Pokemon. But it was in the game for so long that it kind of became a heavy part of the game. But that was kind of like, that's like an argument for the national dex. But I feel like there's a much stronger argument for not having 1,200 Pokemon in the game than not having Toxic in the game. But they also got rid of Double Team, and they've also nerfed RNG, so I don't like it. I think that they're trying to, they're like removing the fun in the game to make it quote-unquote more competitive, but it's working. It's just through weird ways I disagree with. Buff, sleep, and evasion, and confusion, and prankster. Getting rid of prankster's effectiveness to dark made no sense. Hiding nerf RNG by making it more unreliable. Making confusion 30% instead of 50%. Making Thunderwave and Swagger less accurate. Pranksters should just be not priority when used on dark Pokemon. That's hard to determine from a game, like from a programming standpoint, though. Like, what if there's a switch involved? Or like, was it like, I don't know. Like, when you start messing with speed priorities based on typing, it gets kind of funky. I wonder, what happens if you know you have a shiny Magikarp next, but you... Okay, so like, let's say it's January 4th or January 3rd. You know you have a shiny Magikarp next. You hold that in your game until January 5th or whenever the event ends or something. And then you connect to the wild area, and then you go to the shiny Magikarp next. Is that like a one-time, one opportunity shiny Gigantamax event? I guess I have to hold on to one of those to make sure, but I'll be too lazy and forget about it. Because what it means is that the next raid was supposed to be a shiny Magikarp, but if you connect to the wild area after the event, or wild area news after the event, it wouldn't be. Maybe. I'm getting bored. Not necessarily tired, but I'm like bored. I got 3 hours of content. We got some Magikarp. So I'm gonna end the stream here soon. Don't know when, but it's like, I'm just kind of like fed up and tired, and we had a successful stream, so. Cinderella's still a good sweeper. It's good, but it's gonna be busted when Libero comes out. It's unbelievable so many toxic people are against you in the Pokemon community. It is. It's weird. You have joined the shiniest lineup. I'm gonna be ending the stream soon. I don't know how soon, but we had a good run already. Almost 3 hours, 8 Magikarp. Vikavolt has Guillotine in 5-star battles. That sounds hilarious. I know I'm a good YouTuber, but unfortunately honesty isn't... Being good and honest isn't valued anymore. I'm just thinking about like all the weird things I have to do right now to set this up. You just need a higher level than the Excadrill. True. OHKO moves do fail when used by a lower level Pokemon, so I guess it's not a problem for raids. It's just filthy that it happens. Alright. This is a shiny Magikarp, then I can end the stream, because I would have that shiny to set up for on the next one. I don't know, we still don't even know the odds. Has Michael even tweeted? Michael, Cyrus. Nope. Rip. I really want to know the odds. I also really want to, have that shiny Pokemon set up. Odds are not 8%. Just because Joe Merrick says it doesn't mean it's true. If the data miners don't know, then Joe Merrick doesn't know. There's also no way of modifying the odds. Raids are not affected by the shiny charm. Anyone you hear talking about 8% odds has no idea what they're talking about. They're just making stuff up. So any PokeTuber, they're wrong as well. Then what's the percent? We don't know the percent. Not everything in life has an answer. And just because someone lies to you about the answer doesn't mean that that's an answer. That's why I'm talking about the data miner. We need our answer. So if I'm asking what the odds are, then I clearly don't know the odds. I don't know why you're asking me. Come on, shiny Magikarp. Actually, wait, that wouldn't work. Unless... Oh, no, I was thinking, I'm like, wait a second. If I get this shiny set up now, time is just naturally going to progress. So I have to do it the day it expires. And then connect to the online. Oh, that's annoying. I don't have a problem with any PokeTuber that's better than me, because none of them are. I don't have any problems with them if they were better than me. Idiots. I don't know how so many idiots have played the Pokemon community. That's just true of online, I guess. It's true of life. Social media. And the pursuit of happiness. Alright, last batch of resets here. Good music, such nostalgia. That's why it's on the playlist. Like the best games for Pokemon, like the best Pokemon games for music, Red and Blue, Gold and Silver, and then Sword and Shield. The games in between, nah, not so much. Gen 5 has the worst music. Like, everything in Gen 5 music-wise is forgettable. Does Magikarp get Hydro Pump on the AI Max Raid? Yes. Magikarp comes through sometimes with that Hydro Pump. Or sometimes it just goes into a Water Absorb, so it's not that great. But yeah, thank you very much, Joe, for your $2 donation. I appreciate money. Or I don't save your money, but it's awesome you want to give it to me anyways. Alright, last one, guys. We're going to go until we get a Magikarp, and then we hope it's shiny. Do we get a shiny Pokemon to end out the stream? Could keep going until we do, but I'm not gonna lock myself into a shiny. Magikarp is a better max rate ally than Wobbuffet. I agree. Wobbuffet hasn't done a damn thing. Alright, I'm going to save it so I have this set up for whenever I just do it again. Probably not going to stream, maybe I'll do it casually. So we got this. Do we get shiny Magikarp? Rip, nope, GG. Thanks for joining on the stream. That was like, how long? 2 hours 48 minutes. So yeah, 2 hour 50 minute stream. Almost 3 hours. We had fun. I'll show you guys the Magikarps I got because people are still kind of fresh in the stream. Yeah, it'd be really nice if the AI would Dynamax if you can't. That would speed things up if you use Eternatus. Or if you intentionally don't want to Dynamax. I've been in those situations before. So here's the crew. We saw 8, we caught 6. A lot of 5, like look, a lot of 5 IV with no speed. We got those, and then we got 1 rattled. Cool stuff. I don't know the next time I'm going to be streaming. I don't have a schedule for these things. I want to make a different competitive Grimmsnarl and Snorlax, and I'm thinking about changing up my Hippowdon set as well. And that's where we are. See you guys later. Happy New Year, also. That's an important one.